الله الرحمن الرحيم والصلاة والسلام على سيد الأنبياء والمرسلين سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. أما بعد, my dear brothers and sisters in Islam, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. And with that, we want to welcome Sheikh Ahmed for joining us. Jazakallah
Jazakallah
khair,
khair,
Sheikh Ahmed,
barakallah fiqh.
in this podcast to discuss an important topic that is important in terms of the Muslim community. So, inshallah, we will go ahead and start it.
Inshallah.
Sheikh, the topic is around um, specifically about brothers, really. Some of them, I don't want to say too many of them, but some of them at least fear of being identified as Muslims. So they,
Change names.
yeah, exactly. Some of them, his name is Muhammad, he would say
Mo.
Mu, right? And or if his name is Dawood, he would say David. Hey, it goes both ways, right? Or or
Isa, Jesus.
there you go, you got it. And then they would wear clothes like everybody in the street. So when you see them, you can't tell they're Muslims, uh, because I dress up like that at all times. Like except when I go to work in the office, because of the dress code there, I wear whatever matches their code or complies with the code. But anywhere else, I'm like this. I sometimes, most of the time, also wear my shmag, as if I'm Riyadh, and I'm not demanding that they do that, but they have to.
As if you're in Riyadh or Qasim.
Exactly, Breda. So there is their fear of being identified like warranted? Should they be afraid in America where practice of religion is guaranteed by constitution?
Yeah. Bismillah, alhamdulillah, salatu wassalamu ala
Allahumma salli
rasulillahi
wa
wa
sallim.
ba'd. So before we address the practice, we have to address the root cause of the issue,
Okay.
in my humble opinion, which is that uh, many of us are impressed and infatuated with the Western lifestyle, Muslims. We find this lifestyle very attractive. We find this lifestyle, very open, very accepting, and because of this attraction that we have with this lifestyle, oftentimes we have a deep down inside a bias that the way the West dresses is a better, and my dress is inferior.
Mm.
That's where this issue is coming, because I come from a land that is less than America, that is less than Canada, that is less than Europe. Hence, my dress is also less than.
Mm.
And that's where the root is coming. And this is something not by coincidence, it's by design, because most of the countries, they had been colonized. Most of the Muslim countries have been colonized by some form of a Western government in the last 150 years. All the divisions that you see today of different countries after the fall of the Ottoman Empire was by design. They sat on a table, France, Europe, Germany, all the other countries. They sat and they said, "Let's slice it up. This is this. This is it.
Pico.
Yeah, size pico. Yes,
Mm.
this. They did. So it was all by design. So they're like, okay, how do we do that? We create inferiority complex by design in those countries. If you speak English, if you speak French, anta mutahaddir. You're civilized.
Mm-hmm.
You're advanced. You're more educated. You speak Arabic. You speak Urdu. You speak your own mother tongue. So we grew up saying, going to schools where if you went to Urdu medium, for example, in Saudi, Urdu medium, it was also cheaper. Urdu medium was 100 riyals, for example. But if you go to English medium, it's 500 riyals. It's English. It's the same education.
Mm.
التعليم هو نفس. It's the same education.
It's almost hard coding this in.
So it took. I have an entire khutbah on that, which is a very interesting topic, which is the 5 things that the colonizers did to Muslim lands. The 5 things they did to us. One of the main things is they destroyed our identity.
Hasbunallah wa ni'mal wakeel.
Right? They destroyed the pride that we had as Muslims, and they built in us an inferiority complex inside of us. They built in us an inferiority complex by design. That anything that is Western, anything that is foreign, if you're from Algeria and Morocco, anything that is French, Ooh, bougie.
Mm.
Everything less than French is bad. So we grew up on that. When
Absolutely.
we come to these lands, we are just a reflection of that view that we have inside,
Mm.
that was inculcated in our minds. And we passed it down subtly to our children who were being born here. We passed it to them. We make statements like this. You know, those who are desis, if they listen to your channel, they'll know. You know, if you're from like any other subcontinent, you know this. When your parents would be driving, they would look at a beautifully well taken care of a front lawn, beautifully taken care of, green, all green, trimmed.
Looks like
With,
drawing.
it looks like a drawing, and they will say it must be a white guy. Why?
Subhanallah.
Because anything that is ahsan and muhsin and beauty in our minds were attached
Associated
to the white,
associated with white.
with white, with white.
Subhanallah.
If you're in Saudi, it doesn't matter. سيارة أمريكية. You know that. والله يا أخي حبيبي الكابرس.
I think this changed now. They like German cars
German
more.
cars more, yeah, yeah. But still,
Yeah.
it's infatuation with the other.
Yes.
Okay. So when we come to these countries, most of the people didn't come here for religion. They didn't come here for da'wah. They came here for money, or they came here to save their lives. So they get so they're like, oh, this is the country. Why would I not stay in this country and dress like the people of these countries? Okay. So that's why people have the fear of doing that. The second part that I want to talk about is, what is Islamic lebas? Let's talk about that. It has to have 4 qawaid. Number 1, Allah yadhhar. It should not show that which Allah has not allowed you to show.
Aura.
Al-awra, satar, al-mughalladha, and all of this thing. Right? Allah yadhhar. For a woman, face and hands. If you have ikhtilaf on your face, that's a different issue. But face and hands, or just the hands. But face and hands is the majority opinion, and everything else has to be covered. For a man, from navel to knee. Okay? Has to be. Allah yadhhar. Whatever you wear, it should not expose that. Number 2, so Allah yadhhar, Allah yakshif, not Allah yadhhar. Allah yakshif should not expose that which should not be exposed. Allah yadhhar, it should not be see-through. Just like what we saw.
Mm.
She was wearing, but she wasn't wearing.
Exactly.
Like where it
Kasiyatun
said,
ariyat.
kasiyatun ariyat. She's wearing a full dress. And now this is becoming a very normal thing. Oh, I'm fully naked, but I'm wearing a mesh.
Yeah.
No, you're not naked. I'm covered.
It's good for fishing, not for
Yeah.
dressing.
It's crazy, right? So kasiyat, ariyat, that they're covered but they're fully naked. Allah talks about that, right? Prophet ﷺ spoke about that in the hadith. So Allah yadhhar, that your dress cannot be see-through. That's number 2. Allah yasif,
No.
it cannot describe your figure.
Tight.
Tights,
Completely. Yep.
these new age leggings, Lululemon, all of this stuff, right? Fine, if a sister wants to wear them. Even some of the brothers are wearing them. And I was like, yeah,
I've seen them.
I was like, they come
Skinny
to the
pants.
masjid. They come to the masjid. They
How-
play ball in
How
that.
can
I
you
was
go
like,
into sujood with this pants? Astaghfirullah al azim.
yeah, I'm like, like serious. So Allah yasif, it cannot describe. It cannot describe your figure. The same goes for the guy, and the same goes for the girl.
Yes.
Number 4 is Allah yushbih. A guy cannot dress like a girl, and a girl cannot dress like a guy. These qawaid are written today,
Yeah.
with the transgender movement and all of this stuff. No, there's no such thing as guys' clothes. No. A guy can wear a girl and a girl. No.
No.
Allah yushbih. You cannot dress like a guy, and a guy cannot dress like a girl.
لعن الله المتشبهين من النساء
Yes.
بالرجال ومن الرجال بالنساء.
بالنساء. Allah has cursed those individuals. So that tashbih is a very important thing, right? وأضيف علي مني, because we live in weird times, that in Allah yushbih, it not only includes a shabah, or your resemblance of the opposite gender, but it also includes resemblance of certain sha'air of shudud.
Mm. Like
So when I say
colors
shudud, the
and whatnot.
LGBTQ community, the 2S LGBTQ plus, that community and the transgender community in general, if there are certain things that have become a symbol in their culture to represent that lifestyle, then a person, they go and they color their hair pink, blue, blonde, and any of those colors. There are certain colors that represent their that lifestyle.
It's a symbol for them now.
It's a
Yes.
symbol for them. Then it becomes absolutely without any shadow of a doubt or ikhtilaf becomes haram.
No.
I'll give you examples of that.
Finish.
Doc Marten shoes. A lot of people have them. Okay, Doc Marten shoes. Dr. Marten shoes are are a symbol of lesbianism. You're a lesbian, and it's a subtle, because when the transgender community and the LGBT community, they were not allowed to express themselves openly, that was a subtle symbol, and now till
Mm.
this day, you know,
It's wide open.
it's wide open, and now that is a symbol for them. How did they identify one another? Like,
So
oh,
they were using taqiyya, ya Sheikh, huh?
yeah. So I'm serious, but now they're open. So Doc Marten shoes, for example, at a certain dress up and a certain type of a shoe and a boot is a symbol of transgenderism.
والعياذ بالله.
So staying away from these things. So those are qawanin. Now coming back to your point, if a person, I tell this to brothers and sisters, on occasions, like in these lands, one of the things is you dress like whatever follows all of those rules that we mentioned. If you feel comfortable dressing like pants and shirts, do so, but don't feel aib, don't feel shame representing your culture, because there's no other country in the world that will accept this more easily than
Absolutely.
this country. And keep in mind, it's a form of da'wah,
That's right.
right? If you're comfortable enough in that and understand, then definitely go out. I don't have a problem. I can wear this or I can wear a thobe. I go out. Alhamdulillah.
Yeah,
You should.
I even travel in the airport.
Yeah.
People stop me and they ask me, and it
You're
ends
like,
up being a
are you a
conversation.
rabbi?
No, they say, is this like a religious figure dressing, or is that? I'm like, no, this is just a cultural thing. But I am Muslim, and then we start talking about it. So
Islam, yeah.
it's a
It,
way to
it gives you
engage.
a really good way
Yeah,
to have a conversation about Islam, right?
absolutely.
Anyhow, so that's where I stand on those things.
So
Inshallah.
Sheikh, the other thing is, it's not related to identity, but there are brothers that we see them frequently in the masjid. When they go into sujood, we can see their underwear.
No, underwear is okay. We can see
More
something
than that, of
behind
course.
the
Yeah.
underwear. That's my problem. Underwear is okay,
Yeah, I was
inshallah.
being nice about it. So,
You see their butt cracks. That's a
exactly.
problem.
Yeah.
Your salah is not valid.
I mean,
I told one of the brothers like that, and he's like, Sheikh, there's ikhtilaf on that.
the اختلاف in his head.
I'm like, bro, we
Astaghfirullah
need to
al-azim.
smack your head. Like, there's no ikhtilaf on that. It's like,
You hear that, brothers? If you're dressing or wearing pants that shows
no, you're
your
creating a
under,
shirt that is short, and when you do for
huh?
sijda, then we get to see your butt crack. Like,
Your salat is not accepted.
it's not accepted in all madhabs, by the way.
So you need to be aware of that. Make sure you wear a shirt that's long enough to cover,
Yeah,
or pants that's covers your end. To that,
rear
it's a
end.
big deal, because your salat will not be accepted. It's not something that
It's
you want
just
to
like
play
you're
with.
not. It's just like you coming to salah without wudu.
It's like you're working for free, because you're doing the work and go and pray, but it's accepted. So it's a big deal.
It's pretty sad.
Absolutely. So the message here is, don't be shy to show your identity as a
Not
Muslim.
not at all.
Don't be afraid. It's America. In America, we can show that we are Muslims.
Yeah,
I'm from Saudi Arabia. He's from India, from Bangladesh. I see, mashallah, some brothers who wear even izar.
yeah.
You know, it,
Which is amazing.
exactly.
Yeah.
And in all honesty, I noticed the fear of showing identity more apparent with Arabs. I'm one
Arabs.
of them.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
Arab,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
but I
Yeah.
see it more apparent with them, and they have nothing to say when I ask them about it. They say,
هكذا وجدنا آباؤنا.
no. Some of them, they actually tell me, I'm afraid.
Oh,
Afraid of what?
subhanallah, subhanallah. Yeah.
Afraid of what?
Ajib.
Subhanallah. So
Strange time.
it's It's an interesting answer even.
And we live in strange times.
Absolutely.
SubhanAllah.
جزاك الله خير يا
May Allah
شيخ.
protect
والله
the iman of our
والله
generation and everything, inshallah.
اللهم آمين.
Ameen,
سبحانك
ameen.
اللهم وبحمدك نشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت
Okay.
نستغفرك ونتوب إليك. With that, brothers and sisters, we want to thank you for watching. جزاكم الله خير. May Allah benefit us all by this discussion
Barakallah feek.
and the points that we covered with Sheikh Ahmed. جزاك
Alhamdulillah.
الله خير
Allah
Sheikh.
يسعدك, inshallah.
And we want to end it with the Islamic greeting. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.